Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy, comedian Rob Coleman, back at you again with another trailer review. Back at it again with another trailer review. I don't. Maybe I should get some theme music or something for this. I'm gonna see if I can get some theme music. But once again, I am back at you again with another trailer review, and today I have a remake. This is like a big trend in Hollywood where they are reimagining properties from the 70s and 80s and repackaging them and giving them to us again. I'm about to start roasting these movies, right? We have a ton of prequels and stuff like that. I've already reviewed a few, prequels to stuff like The Omen and stuff like that, and they got even more coming out. Prequels to stuff like Alien and Camp Crystal Lake is like a prequel of Friday the 13th, and it's like they can't get enough of just taking what was done already and redoing it again. And that's the case with our movie today. This is actually a movie from the mid 80s called Witchboard that they have taken the concept, reimagined it, and they're going to represent it again to us later this year as a new horror movie. Okay, I guess, I'll bite. Now, the original Witchboard came out once again in 1986, I believe. And they haven't even done much on the cover art. Like, this is all I could find for the cover art for the new Witchboard. But the old Witchboard cover art and everything is just classic 80s horror. I'll just pull that up for you guys here real quick. And as you can see here, this is the Witchboard poster from the 1986 movie. As you can see, classic 80s. You've seen a ton of stuff like this, like with the sorority girls massacre and stuff like that. So all of those posters were kind of similar. As you can see here, the Witchboard is actually just a Ouija board. You can see the Ouija board in the back there, and it says here, when you open the door to the unknown, there's no telling who will drop in or who will drop dead. So classic 80s, poster language, and to try to get you to watch. You know what I mean? So I don't know who decided to say, hey, that movie from 1986? Let's remake that one. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind them going back and tackling, old movies that are cult classics or fan favorites and reimagining them. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but I would prefer they take some of the more unique movies from back then and remake them. For instance, I just recently rewatched Scanners over the weekend. Scanners was a head popping movie from the 80s. If you ever get a chance to see Scanners, check it out. I remember as a kid watching that movie and being like, oh wow, this was like really unique and new, and it could definitely be redone, and it's different than witches or ghosts or vampires, so take some stuff like that and remake it. I think we've seen witches and Ouija boards and stuff like that a million times, so I'm not sure, even if you take this and reimagine it, how much you can do with it. So what's up with this movie? Well, the original Witchboard, like I said, came out in 1986. It doesn't have great scores on Rotten Tomatoes. 50% critic score, 40% fan score, 5.7 on IMBD. So not a great movie. It was written and directed by Kevin Tenney. He was the writer and director of the original, and he actually is credited as a writer on this one. So either he came in as a writer or they're using some of his concepts in this new movie. This new movie is co-written and directed by Chuck Russell, who has a very good Hollywood track record. Ton of hits, a ton of good movies. His debut movie actually was Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. Now, I wasn't a fan of that movie. I didn't want to see a bunch of kids able to go toe to toe with Freddy and all of that stuff. I preferred the feel and stuff of the first two movies. But yeah, Dream Warriors was something that he had came up with, and he's also directed movies like Scorpion King, The Mask, Eraser. So he has a track record of doing some horror action, fantasy type stuff. So this is, right up his alley. Another co-writer on the movie is listed as Greg McKay, who also has some horror writing credits. The original movie starred Ton Allen, Tawny Katane, who was, one of the hot film stars back then, and then Stephen Nichols. Nobody really, like super major that you like, oh, they were in that. Like Sam Jackson was in that. Nobody like that, but still some pretty good actors and actresses from that day. This new one stars a slew of up and coming, actors and actresses and Hollywood. Let me take this down real quick. Let's take a look at who else is in this. So sorry about that for a second. I was like, okay, where am I? Where am I? What am I doing? All right. So this new movie stars Madison Eisman. Madison Eisman is an up and coming actress who's been in a couple of different Scream things. I think she's only like 26 or 27. She plays Emily in this, and you can see here from her credits that she's been in a couple of pretty cool things. She was in Jumanji, Annabelle Comes Home, Goosebumps, American Horror Stories. She was in that for an episode. So definitely has some pretty cool things under her credit. Then we also have Jamie Campbell Bower. I don't know where Shaw came from. Jamie Campbell Bower, who also has a whole slew of movies and credits under his belt, to include things like Game of Thrones and the Twilight Saga. So, definitely up and coming actor. Stranger Things is under his belt. You know what I mean? So, you got, two actors that you're going to see in Hollywood for several years to come. And then also Charlie Tahan, who I liked as in Ozark. He played Wyatt. And if you watch that Ozark series, very good, very reminiscent of Breaking Bad. But you can see here he has a long list of credits as well. And once again, very young. You know what I mean? He played Scarecrow in Gotham and things of that nature. So just a slew of up and coming actors and actresses. I love to see that. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of that in horror movies lately, and I've mentioned that several times in my videos, how these horror movies seem to be using young actors and actresses, to kind of establish their career, using horror movies. I mean, I think it's great. So what about the synopsis of this movie? Well, the synopsis of this one simply states a reimagining of the 1986 horror classic. I don't think you can call that movie a classic. I barely remember Witchboard as a movie. You know what I mean? So I imagine I'm thinking that since they're reimagining it, the original plot is going to change. So let's just hop right in and take a look at this. I'm pretty sure it's more so a teaser trailer than anything else, but I'm still going to cue it up for you guys to take a look at it. It's only about a minute long, so not too long at all. So let's go ahead and cue it up, add it to the screen here, and see what it has to offer. Once again, this is the trailer for the new Witchboard. This is listed as unrated, so if you have any kids, I'm not sure what we're going to see here. So make sure to let the kids know to, sleep tight after they watch this. So let's take a look.
I need you to turn off your phones and unplug any televisions or radios. And focus on the pendulum. There are
You know what? I'm
powerful
going to start that
forces at
over
play.
again. So I didn't mean to have the pause icon there. Let's start this over one more time. Sorry about that.
I need you to turn off your phones and unplug any televisions or radios.
Right, so they're not
Focus
using
on
the
the pendulum.
Witchboard.
There are powerful forces at play.
I don't like the little devil icon there.
We must journey back.
What is that, a finger? Is that a human finger?
Back to she who carved this board, who spilled blood to stir its dark magic.
Just feels like bad juju to me.
Bad juju.
You know so little, yet here you are.
We gotta cross some boundaries.
And I know so much.
Oh, silence. Here come a jump scare. Okay. All right. A little bit of a jump scare there. Chuck Russell. And you can see there in the whoa. Whoa, what is that? What just fall sideways into a bloody bathtub? What the hell was that? What the hell? Okay. I mean, all right. That last little bit there was like, okay, why didn't you lead with that in the trailer? I mean, seems like some pretty cool special effects, nice little face peeling going on there, and we had a little demon action, going on, and the falling into the bloody bathtub. That seems like some Dream Warrior type stuff. So I don't know. I mean, it seems like, from the special effects, we have some cool stuff happening. But is this something that you guys would see? I don't feel like this is something that's going to come out at the movies. Let me see if they mention where this is going to be released. I don't think this is going to be something that they expect people to buy a movie ticket for. This is probably going to be like a Prime release or something like that, streaming. It doesn't really say. Remake of 1986. Filming locations. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really say. So, like I said, I think you could probably catch this one on streaming. It doesn't have any sort of a Shutter review, so it's probably going to be on Hulu or Prime or something like that. But are you going to watch it? I don't know. I will say this. Witches is probably the primary thing that freaks me out in movies. Some people is, spiders or aliens or being in, tight places or the dark. None of that stuff really gets to me, but witches is something that kind of freaks me out. Any movie about witches, the witch and witchcraft and all of that stuff, kind of gives me the creeps a little bit. But I love it. I love anything scary. I love all scary movies, and I might check it out. Just because of that. It does seem like there's some unique things here. That's not a Ouija board they're using. It actually is a quote unquote witch board. So, let's see what they do with it. As far as that goes, let me know in your comments if you watched the original Witchboard and you think it's a cult classic. Let me know how you feel about, witch movies in general. Do you feel like, they're scary? Let me know if you feel like you're going to watch this particular movie at all. I'm a little on the fence. I'm probably going to watch it, and just depends on how it comes out. I don't know if I would, spend $20 on a movie ticket to watch it, but, I would catch it on streaming. And I do have the original queued up in my Tubi queue. Just to show you, it is available on Tubi. If you guys want to watch it on Tubi for the original for free, you can see here I got the original queued up right here in my queue, ready to watch at the drop of a dime. So if you guys I actually started it. So if you guys plan on watching it, let me know. If you guys plan on passing on it, let me know. And let me know in the next one. We're gonna keep reviewing these, and you guys let me know what you think. This is once again comedian Rob Coleman. Let me know if you want me to start roasting these. I think I'm gonna actually start roasting these if they're bad. So if you want me to start roasting them, let me know. And talk to you again in the next one, man. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your continued support. Appreciate it.